We're off the beaten trail again. We are not on a trail because people like to wander through the bushes.
Spider webs. That's all right. And I know nobody's been here.
Yeah. So what did you want to talk about today?
Talking about health. The overall health. Preppers need to get healthy. Now is the time. and really, and there's a lot to unpack here with that whole concept, because when you're talking about health, I'm not just talking about like exercise, because that's the first thing everybody thinks of is exercise, which is important. Lifting weights, doing cardio, stretching, flexing your muscles, flexing your body, stretching the joints out. That's all very important. But there's a lot more to it than that. You know, the next big thing that people are going to talk about is nutrition, which is also very important, because most people have very poor nutrition. They don't take care of themselves on the inside, let alone the outside. They don't eat good foods. They don't drink good beverages. They eat and drink garbage. I think Bill Maher said it best. No fan of Bill Maher, but he was right. Part of the problem with people is they eat shit, and it's the truth.
You know
they
something?
Eat garbage. What's that?
And America's the only place where people are allergic to food.
Yeah, having been overseas, there's no such thing as a peanut allergy or a lactose intolerant.
You go to the bush of Africa, I bet you they can drink milk.
Except in like very westernized cultures, that's where you see that.
Yeah.
How is that? It's because your body's become accustomed to something else. Most offensive commercial in the world to me, the All-Rita commercial. Is it All-Rita? Where and they used to cuss in the commercial. They changed it.
They did change it.
It was originally she cussed, where the kid was refusing to eat the vegetables, and the person walks out and says, "End that shit." And I'm like, this is how we do commercials now.
Yep.
And they have the All-Rita, the
pay system with All-Rita.
Yeah, I forget what they call.
You give them, the kids.
They take a bite of the vegetables and you give them 3 French fries.
Yeah.
And all that kind of shit is that. If the kid was eating right in the first place, if you started him from day one eating properly instead of eating garbage, you wouldn't need to do something like that. Plus, why are you negotiating with your child? They're your child.
Yeah.
That's a whole other topic of discussion. You know, I don't believe in that at all, but that's where society has put a lot of people. Geez, with the freaking aircraft all of a sudden. In the last couple of months, it's been ridiculous. I feel like I'm at the airport.
People are they back in the airplane now, and the pandemic has lifted.
Whatever.
There's no such thing now.
They weren't flying
We're
over here.
free. You're free to roam. You're free to go wherever you want to.
As long as you go where we tell you and you do it the way we tell you.
You have your passport.
Yeah, don't even get me started on that mess.
We're supposed to be talking about health.
We're talking about health. You've got to get into your best health now while you can. Start now. And no, I'm not going to lie to you and tell you it's easy. It is not easy at all. It is not easy. All these people, all these health gurus, take this pill, do this workout for 30 days. They're full of crap, because it doesn't work that way.
Nope.
It's a lot easier to destroy something than it is to build it. It takes decades, centuries, even for a tree to grow. It takes 10 minutes to tear it down or burn it down. And the same thing goes for your body. 10 times as much. You can wreck your body quick. But to restore your body, it could take years to get yourself back on track.
Even if you
What's that vehicle?
I have no idea. But even if you're a diabetic and you're on insulin, or you're on diabetic medication, the pill, even if you get yourself healthy enough to where you're not medication dependent, you're not dependent on insulin, you're not dependent on the pill. If you have high blood pressure, you get yourself to the point where you're not dependent on the medication, where you can control your blood pressure through diet, because a lot of people's problem is diet. So now is the time for that, to get those things done like he's been saying, so that when things fall apart and you can't get your insulin and you can't get your high blood pressure medication or whatever other medication you're on, you won't be so dependent on it.
Yeah, and that ties in with another thing too. If you're on medication and it's possible to escape it, you should get off. If you can get away from your meds, if you can do without them,
And we're back.
Yeah, sorry, I wanted to move from where that was going on because it was just getting louder and louder. But but anyways,
yeah, you remember where we
talking
were?
about medication, because if you are on medication and you can get off of that medication, you should try to, unless you absolutely just honestly have no choice. And you know what you were talking about before about people with insulin and diabetes. I've worked with people that were diabetic before, and anyone watching who's diabetic, what's the first thing that you have to do before you can see the endocrinologist? Before you ever see the endocrinologist for the first time, what happens? They make you sit in front of a video and take a little class or something where they talk about diet and exercise. The two things most diabetics won't do. Just being flat out honest, because I've watched it too many times. They talk about your diet, they talk about your exercise, they talk about how you'll hardly even need any treatment if you take care of yourself. People don't take care of themselves. People are lazy. People always look for the path of least resistance. It's like water. Water looks for the path of least resistance. So do people. They don't want to do anything if it seems like it's hard. And it's not that hard. It's not that hard. People who are really good at athletics or really good with their diets or anything else, they make it look easy because they've been doing it for so long. It's as simple as that. It becomes a routine. They get accustomed to it. They get used to it. And then people look at them and they're like, how can you do that? It's not that hard. It really isn't. If you have other problems, and believe me, those medications, still thinking about that, they really wear your body down. Not just talking about like side effects, which many of the side effects are terrible, and many of the medications that people are taking cover up symptoms. They don't actually stop or cure anything. Keep this in mind.
They give you medication for the side effects.
Yeah, and then you get medications for the side effects. It creates other medical conditions. You know, as a couple of people that have worked with handicapped people and mentally ill people, they love dumping tons of meds on them. And they get worse and worse and worse. They develop other problems. Oh, well, they get diabetes now? Yeah, that's a side effect. We knew that was going to happen. Did you? That's awful. That's evil. That's evil for you to do that, and it didn't have to be that way. But they don't care. They write a script. Here you go. Here's a piece of paper. Take a pill. It'll cover up your symptoms. You're still sick, but too bad. And a lot of people don't realize that's all it is. And if you can get away with it, away from it, you should. But, you know, diet, exercise, medication, you know, how is your environment? Are you clean? Is your body clean? Is your home clean? How's the air quality, at least in your home? Do you need to get a air purifier perhaps? Maybe some plants in your house? Something to help at least the air quality there? Do you dust regularly, sweep and vacuum regularly? Do you wash your bed sheets often enough? I mean, it sounds like some rudimentary stuff, but I've seen a lot of people who just don't do this stuff. And they're sickly. Why do you think you're sickly? Because you're not clean. Do you wash up? Do you brush your teeth? Do you have a good routine for oral hygiene? You have no idea how important that is. Look up how many diseases you can get from contamination through your mouth. People's mouths are not clean. They can get all sorts of medical conditions that are related to poor oral hygiene. It's crazy. They don't take care of themselves.
Another thing, if you know you have poor eyesight, you have glaucoma, you got all kind of eye disease, or you need glasses, get the glasses or get the eye surgery, the LASIK, the whatever. Get your eyes done now.
If it's in your budget, do it now.
If you got, especially if you got insurance that'll cover all or part of it. If you need some mouth work done, you need some teeth pulled, you need a root canal, you need some crowns, you know, you need dentures. Get it now while you still can, while things are kind of okay, before things get bad, because the last thing you want to do is have the world falling down around you and your teeth hurt, or you can't see that well and you knew you couldn't see that well, or your teeth has been hurting for the last 2 years, and now all of a sudden the world is coming apart at the seams and you're like, oh man, my teeth hurt.
Yeah, and not LASIK surgery, the other surgery. I can't remember what they call it, because like the military won't even cover LASIK because there's a risk. your eye can rupture.
Oh.
If you're in a trauma, like let's say you're in a car wreck or something, your eye could pop. There's another type, I forget what it's called, which the military will cover surgery on because it's more, it's more durable. You just take longer to heal.
No, okay.
I don't remember what
I
it's
don't
called.
remember
Yeah,
them,
I
but
forget what that
whatever
type
type of surgeries, or eye stuff, if you got, like again, you got glaucoma, you need to get it scraped off or whatever. Try and get that stuff done. Try and get as much stuff done now. Work on your brain health. A lot of people don't use their brains.
No,
they
they
don't
don't.
read anymore because they listen to audio books, and audio books are being pushed.
That's right.
So even if you say, man, I can't sit and read a novel, read a newspaper or read magazines or something. Anything.
Do
just
word
to,
puzzles.
Yeah, do word puzzles.
Math
solitaire.
puzzles if you're good at that. Yep.
Solitaire is good. Play cards. Do something to keep your mind
Exercise
sharp.
your brain.
Yeah, and
It's part of your health.
Yeah.
Spiritual health, whether you're religious or not, there is such a thing as spiritual health. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you believe in God or not. There is a spiritual health that can be attributed to everyone. Are you at peace? Are you centered? Are you happy? It's important. It's really important. Are you surrounded by stress? Stress can wear you out. And that's what kills me actually about a lot of these channels that are on YouTube, especially the prepper channels. It's like, are you talking about prepping at all? Or are you talking about what happened in the news this morning? We know what happened in the news. We know we're screwed, okay? We don't have to sit here in a pool of sweat worrying about it every second of the day. All right, we're preparing for if and when that happens, but until that happens, have some peace of mind.
Yeah.
Slow down a little bit. Do you have a hobby that's not prepping?
Yeah.
Okay. Because some people consider prepping a hobby. Okay, fine. But there's other things connected to it. Do you have a hobby, a go-to thing that you like to do? And better yet, is it a skill that you can incorporate? Our guest behind the camera here does quilting and things like that. It's a great hobby and it's a great skill. And puts you at a little peace, gives you a little peace, a little center of gravity, if you will. There's a lot to be considered all the way around with all of this. Your overall general health. Are you getting enough sleep? If you're not, odds are it's because you're stressed, because your mind is wandering all over the place and you're worried all the time. And they want you to worry. Believe me, they want you stressed out. They want you on a ton of meds. They want you to be terrified of everything you see on the news all the time. It's ridiculous.
Dr. Falsehood is getting millions on the jab juice. I know what indeed. I'm talking about.
And before I know, and off subject a little bit here, a lot of people are like, "Oh, he needs to be in jail." He knows that.
Everybody knows that, but he's not going, and he's still barking orders.
And if he does, it's because he's the scapegoat. Don't put him in jail. Put the person who is using him as a mouthpiece in jail. Just think about that.
That rabbit hole go too far.
It goes deep enough, but it would be nice, wouldn't it? It would be nice, but you can't stress every minute of the day. You got to get sound sleep. Try to be more healthy, more active. Think about this. How can you improve yourself? All the things that we talked about, exercise and diet, cardio and muscular workouts and stretching and water. Are you drinking clean fluid?
Do you even drink water? You got people out there that don't drink water. They can't stomach it.
At least split it. You can drink water a few times a day and drink whatever else you drink. Are you a heavy drinker, smoker? Do you use narcotics? Can you get away from that?
Yeah.
Because the people that I've seen the most successful with that were the people that just stopped. And you can just stop. It is possible. People that you got people that are and remember I used to work for Juvenile Justice Authority too, and I had to work with rehabs. You got people going to rehab 28 freaking times and they're not successful because they don't really want to. They don't want to. They're going through the motions because they're going to tell you what you want to hear and give you what they think you want to see from them. And the truth is, the people in the rehab expect them all to fail anyways. They'll keep them in there until the insurance runs out, tell them, okay, you're done, and then bring them back in a few months later. Over and over and over again. The ones that I've seen that really just are fed up and want to get away from it, they really just kind of stop, which can be dangerous. It depends on what you're taking. But Most of the time, they just stop.
But a lot of them, something happens. Something in life happens and they get
They get
that
tired
wake
of
up
it.
call.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
they
then they
get
stop.
tired of it. It's incredible. But this is the world that we live in, and it's not like there haven't always been lazy, stupid people. But now it's accelerating because of modern technology. And we think that people that know a lot of trivia are geniuses. No, they're not. They know a lot of useless information. That's what trivia is. Look up the classical definition of trivia. Basically, it means useless information. You don't need to know these things. It's cute if you know it, but it doesn't mean that you're intelligent.
It might win you $1 million on a game show.
On a game show. Good luck. Because knowing it and being able to perform under pressure like that are two different things.
Yeah.
You know, I'll tell you, all my life I've been having people tell me, wait till you get to be my age and you'll see how it is. You're going to be on all these meds. This is going to hurt. That's going to hurt. I have surpassed the age of everyone who ever told me that, and I'm not suffering like they were. Period. I'm not. I've had a lot of injuries. I've had a lot of broken bones. I've had a lot of other injuries. Twice I've been told I'll never walk properly again. You know, I've had my knees broken. I've had my fibula shattered. I've got a prosthetic in my fibula. But guess what? I'm fine. And I do a lot of aerobic workout. I do a lot of heavy lifting. I do a lot of
Cardio, walking, running.
Walking, and weightlifting and things we do together.
Yeah.
And no painkillers, no medication at all. And does it hurt? Yeah. Yeah, it does. This stuff hurts all day, every day. But if I didn't work out, it would hurt more. And if I took something for it instead of working out, then I would just be codependent and it would keep getting worse. Just as a point of reference. Yeah, and I'm not claiming to know your pain. Everybody's got different pain thresholds. Everybody's got different kinds of pain. I had one person tell me once, yeah, but I've got fibromyalgia. You don't know what that's like. It keeps you from being able to do anything. And I'm like, yeah, but you're discrediting people who have fibromyalgia, who have worked through it. Because I've seen it. I've seen it done. I've seen people push themselves and push themselves until they beat that pain without any pills. So you never know until you try. And again, like I said, I don't know what your pain is. I can't feel for you. There are some people, maybe there's nothing they can do, you know, but at least try. At least know what your options are. And if you're healthy, keep being healthy and keep pushing and do the things that you know you need to do to be the best you can. Like I'm always saying, you are your own best prep. All the rest of the stuff is just accessories. Some people have some real nice accessories. They get a lot of money and they have all these nice little toys and tools. That's great if you can do that, but they're useless without you. And if you're not the best person that you can be, then they're not going to be much use to you if anything ever went down and you needed to use them. So I don't know. You have anything else to add?
No, I think
Did I
that's
run that
it.
over enough?
Yeah.
You know, another one that somebody pointed out to me was breathing, shallow breathing, because I talked about holding breath before in a video a long time ago, because I can hold my breath for a while. And he was like, you know, that's a good point, because most people don't utilize their lung capacity even. They get out of breath going up one flight of stairs. Why? Because they don't inhale and exhale properly. They don't take a deep breath. They don't let it out. You challenge somebody to hold their breath, they can't hold it 20 seconds.
That's me.
Oh, come on now.
I can't hold my breath.
I'm going to make you. I'm going to keep working on you. But they don't even utilize the proper dynamics of the design of their body, even in breathing. Don't let that be you. You know, you can be better. I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you're sick. I don't care if you have injuries. You know, I've seen too many guys that had their legs blown off that could absolutely wipe you out on a chin-up bar. You can find a way. You can find a way to be the best you can.
Yes.
Yeah. I hope that you understand where I'm coming from. I'm not trying to put anybody down or kick anybody in the teeth, but I just want them to think, and that's really a lot of what this channel is all about. Just you know, take it for what it's worth. Think about it. Just think about it. And if that's it, then what more can I say but stay frosty, folks, and thanks for watching.